All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. My name is Tim Bentley, in case you didn't know, and I am here with my lovely wife, Nicole, alongside Al Cheeseman, who is my partner in this whole endeavor with the Zeus's Chariot game that we're bringing to the public. So he's been working in the background for some months now on this whole thing, like just figuring it out, because it's a lot to figure out. This is an amazing endeavor that we're on. It's been an amazing experience so far. The people we've got to meet, the people we've got to speak with, the things that we've learned are absolutely amazing. And what we've learned is that those that are involved in the metaverse right now, in the NFT space, and how it's being brought into the world, we're actually forging the industry as we move along. So that's pretty incredible. I don't know why you guys can still see all my other tabs, but I'm going to close them out. So welcome to the webinar tonight. What we're about to show you might be a little bit mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing for me to sit here and work up these numbers and to bring this vision into life. And Al and I have gone back and forth for a couple of months now on this whole thing. And the way it's shaping up, I'm more than impressed with. So buckle up, enjoy the show, and try not to spill anything, fall out of your chair, hurt yourself in any way as we move through this presentation. So we're trying to make this the best NFT game of 2022 and beyond. The things that we're going to cover in this presentation are the progress that we're making in the game, any insight updates that we have, our vision for Zeus's Chariots, some of our 3D model characters revealed, earn your share of 5% profit generated by the Zeus Chariot. So ultimately, what we have for you at the end of this presentation is an opportunity for you to own a piece of the metaverse game that we're bringing, should be in 2022, if all things go well. Of course, there's never any guarantees when you're bringing a game to market. And I do want to say that right now that we are not financial advisors. Everything that we say here tonight is pure conjecture. This is a vision. This is a dream. We are bringing all the pieces together as best that we can, but there is absolutely no guarantee of profit, of success, or anything of that nature. If you get involved with our project, you may lose everything that you put into it, and you should know that going in. Never invest anything that you cannot afford to lose. Okay, there are no guarantees here. These are merely projections, estimations, hopes and dreams is really what we're looking at here. So I want you to keep that in mind as we're moving through this presentation. So Zeus's Chariot's vision. We're trying to bring the most exciting, profitable, and engaging NFT racing game known to the internet. And right now, well, there really isn't one. There are some successful racing games like D-Race and Z-Run, but they're kind of boring. I mean, you can buy a horse and breed it and race and gamble and bet, and it's a gambling game. It's a horse, like you're at the track, but you own the horse. They're really cool. They're really successful, but they're really like Gen Zero. They're basic. So we're aiming for everybody to try to make money here, utilizing our token as we back the prize pool with liquidity. Okay, so the token price can never really fall below a certain level. And we're going to set that level with cold hard cash. We're going to create a sustainable crypto ecosystem that is fun, it's exciting, it's adrenaline pumping, you can earn money, and it's going to be the biggest racing community online. We know what it takes to bring this to life. We have all the pieces. So how are you going to be able to earn? There's going to be a couple of different ways. So we're going to have 2 or 3 different game modes. Play to earn, player versus player, and there's going to be a more kind of free version that we're looking at, so you can earn your way into actually entering a real race, probably by watching advertisements. So as we move through this, we're going to show you our potential revenue streams and what you may or may not get out of it. So our NFT card holders are going to be able to either rent out their characters to people who want to run the races or race them yourselves. Mind you, our rentals are a very big piece of our ecosystem and the revenue generated from the game. So we are going to have a limit to how many races that you can run at any particular time. And that might be 25 to 50%. But, you know, honestly, if you're spending more than 25 to 50% of your time in the metaverse doing a chariot race, we should probably spend some money on counseling sessions. So all the card holders here that we're going to give you access to tonight are going to have a chance to earn 5%, a share of 5% of all of our gaming revenue, split between 250 people. It's a massive opportunity, and you're never going to see another one like this, as far as I know. There's a lot of great opportunities out there, and right now, the world of NFTs is on fire. You can get involved in any number of NFT projects and have a decent likelihood of making some money, but not what we're talking about here. This is different. Our current status. So far, we've sold around 100 founder cards, maybe a couple more now. And that's the backing to this game so far. You guys are the backing. Everybody who's bought a founder card, thank you so much. You are helping bringing this vision to life. We don't have super deep pockets. We're not a corporation. We're not venture capitalists. We're regular people like you who have a dream and a vision. And you are helping us bring that vision to life. So we thank you very, very much. So we have some 3D models of our in-game characters and our game assets that are being developed right now. We've gone through, oh my God. How many people do you think we've gone through, Al, trying to find decent people that can actually provide what we're looking for?
I'd say at least 20, 30.
20 or 30.
More.
And these are paid people. You hire them, you got to pay them for their work, even if they don't give you exactly what you want and they just can't produce it.
There's definitely been a lot of trial and error, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's trial and error. And that's what we're going through. And if we had deep pockets, if we were a corporation, if we were a venture capitalist, if we went out and we got backing for this, and we had some kind of board that would demand their profits, then we could have hired somebody to do what we've been doing for the last month and a half, whatever it's been. Project management. The good thing
is that we've managed to now find the best people, you know.
Absolutely. Because it's a filtering process. Right. So we have our Grand Hippodrome blueprints complete, built from scratch by an artist. They've been submitted to the 3D modeling people. And it's going to take about 20 days for our environment to be completed, our Hippodrome, where everything's going to take place. Full detail, a lot of detail in the project. And as the characters are being created, they're also being rigged for animation. So this is a very long process. To build one character from the ground up from scratch is maybe like a week with full detail. And then the rigging and the animation to get them to actually seem realistic inside the game is quite a long process. And that's why we're starting with 8 characters. And then we're going to add more later. So this is a sneak peek of our Hippodrome plans. Okay, we couldn't show you everything, but we can show you a little bit. So this is our Hippodrome, you know, from a distance down here on the left, a little bit more close up from an angle, and then an overhead view. It's a really long track. It's dirt. And this is where the chariot races will take place, with the grandstands full of people. Okay, so you're going to have a chance tonight to own a piece of 5% of this Hippodrome, basically, is what we're talking about. These are our current in-game models that we have created so far. We had some others created. Some of you might have seen them, but we feel that they're inferior to what we found at this point, and they are. So this is our Poseidon. He is not finished. This is the best I can show you at this point. And this is our hoplite, our soldier. And you'll understand more of what we're talking about as we go on. But these are our current pieces that we have going on right now. We're in early stages, okay? And this is kind of a long process. So I want you guys to have patience through this process, and we're going to keep you updated along the way with everything that we get. We're only going to show you so much because we don't want anything stolen. At the end of the day, we know how the online world is, and we don't want to be beat to market with our project. So we know the keys to a successful NFT launch. We've been doing a lot of research, and we've been watching what's going on, and it's mind-blowing. If you guys don't know, start digging into the world of NFTs, and you can see for yourself that what we're telling you here is not just fluff and BS. Every major corporation in the world is scrambling right now to get into the metaverse. McDonald's, Nike, Adidas, Microsoft, the list goes on and on and on. We know what it takes to make a successful NFT launch. And no, that's not the game, but it's a very key part, building the community that want to play the game. What we need is original artwork. A lot of the games that are out there right now, a lot of these NFT launches that are happening, they're going to unityassets.com or Unreal Engine, and they're buying pre-made assets. Okay, you can buy things. You can buy characters. You can buy environments, vehicles, weapons. And then they're throwing these games together in these pre-made environments. And then they're selling NFTs for these overused characters, environments, games that have really no purpose. And they're making a killing doing it. So in order to be different and to be successful and to be unique, you have to have original artwork. You have to have a great story, which we have. Chariot racings of the gods for the most part. In an ancient hippodrome, racing for prizes. It's an amazing story. You need some gameplay footage, which we're going to have by the time we launch our NFT characters. 45 seconds to a minute long movie studio quality video of our gameplay. And then you need a minimum of 30 days of promotion, which we're going to have, and money, obviously, for the promotion. With all of these things in play, we can have a huge NFT launch sale. So our NFT artist, I mentioned original artwork. It's a key component of a successful NFT launch. So Zeus's Chariots has this in spades. Every game character created from the ground up, the environment 100% unique, the horses, the chariots, all unique. Now, for our NFT page, we're going to have something really, really special. Something other launches that have raised over $70 million in like 24 hours did not have. Our launch is going to be able to leverage the names Star Wars, Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Magazine, and Topps trading cards. How? How can we do this? Well, I want to introduce you to Mr. Mike Stevens. He's the guy dishing out the punishment. He is an artist that has drawn for Star Wars, Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Magazine. This is Mike right here. Look at some of this artwork. I'm going to give you a minute. We could have one of the biggest NFT launches ever. Question mark. Could we? It's possible. We know all the key components. We have them in spades. We have an amazing studio, 3D modeling experts that are doing our models and our rigging and our environments. They do incredible work. Movie studio quality. So we have every single element that's needed to make the most successful launch in history. But you know what? We don't need it to be. We just simply don't. If we do mediocre, we're going to be just fine. And here's why. Even mediocre launches do millions. People are selling pictures of rocks for millions. Okay? Dinosaur drawings for millions. Monkeys for hundreds of millions. Thousands, hundreds of thousands a piece. Incredible. We're going to use the money generated from our 2 public sales to back our prize coin with a liquidity pool of 2.5 times the amount of coins we mint. That basically means that the coin will always be worth $2.50 at a base price. So keep in mind, this is for example purposes only. Everything that we discuss in this proposal, in this opportunity meeting, is example purposes only. Nothing is 100% set in stone, not the amount of NFTs, not the name of the NFTs, not the prize pools, not everything is set in stone, okay? This is for example purposes only. This is going to be close to what we're doing, but don't hold us to these figures, please. Keep in mind, these are projections, hopes and dreams. This may not occur. We're going to spend at least $60,000 on promotions for our first NFT run of approximately 2,500 to 3,500 NFTs. Okay, $60,000 to $100,000 should get us exactly what we need to raise around $10 million or more. We're going to spend another $2 million out of that, approximately, remember, on promotions for our next NFT release that would happen like 60 days later. This is all while the game is being built. We're going to mint an additional 6,500 characters or so. We hope to raise another 50 million or more from the second launch. Remember, original artwork, some game assets, a unique story, and money for promotions. That's what it takes to make this kind of thing happen. And we have all of the pieces. We really, really do. I think we may be able to double it. We could do the biggest launch ever in history. We're going to be able to leverage very famous names: Star Wars, Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Magazine, Topps Trading Cards. We're going to have incredible art on that page, an incredible story. And once you see these numbers break down of how the races pay out, why we think our coin will be at a certain amount, and how much money can be made from the game, I think you're going to agree that we're on the right track. So here's a little bit of our tokenomics. We're going to mint our very first coin after all of our NFTs have been sold. And the only reason we're going to mint any for sale is because you're going to need one of them to enter the race, along with 25 bucks. So we're going to mint 1 million of them. We're going to put 2.5 million into a locked liquidity pool, making those coins immediately worth $2.50 a piece, base value. Now, with a very limited circulating supply, the demand for people who are going to want to play, it is very likely that that token will trade for multiples above its base. Some trade for hundreds, even thousands of times above their base price, their liquidity price. So we're going to put an estimation on here that we're going to be trading at about 10 bucks come race time. We're going to be really conservative and go a 4x on the coin. So new tokens like this often trade for hundreds, right? Okay, we did that. So the coins were 10 bucks. As we get closer and closer to race time, we're going to be spending millions on ads and building a massive community of hundreds of thousands or millions of people. That's where it's at. It's all about the people in the community. And all it takes is what we have. A great story, original art, money to run promotions. We're going to have all the pieces. So at this point, we're going to have a following of 100,000, hundreds of thousands, millions of people, and it's race day. And we only have 10,000 playable characters. But we have a community of maybe 1 million. I don't know how many people want to play the game. Maybe 10% of the community. Say 100,000 people want to play the game. Races are going to be run every 10 to 15 minutes on up to 150 different servers simultaneously. Because we have to accommodate enough to let every NFT race at least a couple of times a day. So that's going to be 21,600 races per day. And honestly, that's a little low. I feel like we need more. We need more than 2 opportunities per day for the NFT holders or whoever might be renting them. So
I'm gonna have to
remember,
reconnect, man.
what's that?
Sorry, dude. I'm gonna have to reconnect. My Zoom's going funny.
Okay.
Be back.
All right. So that number could actually be higher. Remember, nothing's set in stone here. We're going to pay out first, second, and third place for each race. So 3 people out of 10 are going to get a chance to win. Winners are also going to win a ticket. If you win a race during the day, you're going to win a ticket to the end of the week race where you're going to be able to race for more. If you win one of those races, you're going to get a ticket to the end of the month. And if you win one of those, you're going to get a ticket to the end of the year. Okay. So the prize pools, up to 80 coins could be won per race. The difference is the racers. We're going to have different rarities of our gods, which will make them worth different values. Meaning there's only going to be a limited amount of Zeus. There's going to be more Poseidons, Ares, all the other gods there'll be more of. And then more of the hoplites and the soldiers. So the more rare the god, the more you're going to be able to win per race, which is going to make them more valuable. Zeus will always win the most because he's going to be the most rare, and he is, well, Zeus. And we're going to use the sub-gods for our racing examples as there's going to be more of them. Sub-gods are also going to win more than like the lower tier soldiers. So first place for a sub-god is going to be 45 coins. Second place, 16. Third place, 8. Now, if our coin's trading at $10 each, that makes those prizes worth $450 for first, $160 for second, and $80 for third. Now, let's do some math. Players are going to have a chance to win $450 a race 4 to 6 times per hour. Now let's split the difference and say 5 times per hour. They're going to have a chance to win $2,250 an hour. Times 24 hours is $54,000 a day. Any given player could win. Back up. $54,000 a day. That could be won. And mind you, this is per server. Right? So this is like times 150. This is a lot of money that is going to be given out every single day in a chariot race. This is insane. If you think this is the craziest thing you've ever heard, go ahead and type a 1 in the chat. Yeah, one. lot of ones going on. And I know you're probably asking yourself, but Tim, hey, well, where does the money come from? How can I win $2,250 an hour? Like, where does that money come from? That's a great question, because you know what? This isn't a gambling game. There's no gambling involved here. The prize pools, let me click on it. The prize pools, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, so the money comes from the revenue centers that we're going to use to back the liquidity in the tokens as we mint them. So I mentioned we're minting 1 million tokens to begin with. All the races are going to be minted. The prize pools are going to be minted as we move through them. And then we're going to back those coins with liquidity from the gaming revenue that we're always going to keep at 2.5 times however many coins we have in circulation. So these are our revenue centers. Entry fees for each race, power-up rentals, speed-up rentals, NFT rentals, and ads. We don't know how we're going to implement the ads yet, but it's going to be a very large source of revenue, as I'm sure you fully understand. So in this scenario, when you can win $450 for a race, the entry fee is going to be $25 per race plus one coin, one Zeus coin. 24-hour rentals. We are going to be renting out the power-ups and the speed-ups and your NFTs for you. Power-ups are going to be $250 a day. They're going to give you like a 1 second advantage in the game. They can be used once per race. And the same with the speed-ups. $250 for a 24-hour rental, and it gives you a 1 second advantage in the game, used once per game. The NFTs, if you're able to win $54,000 in a day, then the NFT rental price will probably be around $1,000. The market will truly determine what that value is, because it'll be like a bidding system. The more value the races are, the higher it's going to cost to rent an NFT for the day. So this $1,000 will be split between the NFT owner and Zeus. You may choose to forego your share, the $500, for a revenue split with your renter. Maybe you want to take X% of the winnings over the 24 hours. Because let's face it, you have a pretty good chance of winning. If we're playing places 1, 2, and 3, you have a 30% chance of placing in any given race. So if you race 4 times, you have a chance of placing, and you can do that every single hour. So our estimated monthly revenue with only 10,000 playable NFTs is roughly $240 million from all of this. $240 million with 10,000 playable NFTs. Meaning we got about 100,000 people that want to play the game. So this seems a little bit crazy. Right. I get it. It does. This seems like an insane number. And I've been going through the numbers for weeks, trying to make this smaller. Yeah. Founder share. If we raise $240 million in revenue in a month, times 5%, that's $12 million per month going into the founder share pool. $12 million divided by 250 people is $48,000 per month. Now that says $48,000 per month per share. Now we can go back a couple slides and we can do the math. You know, mind you, these are at a 75% rental rate, along with these 75% rental rate, not even 100%. Right? Who's not going to want an advantage in these races? And it's well worth $500 for 24 hours to try to win $54,000. Not that you could stay up and race for 24 hours. I'm sure a lot of people could. They do. So is this even possible? We think it is. But mind you, we think it is. There's no guarantees, right? So let's step beyond that for a moment, as if that wasn't beyond enough for you. But mind you, before we even move on, if we fail by 90%, that still means $4,800 a month for founders. Even if we fail beyond that. Fantasy world. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Okay. What if we have 5 million people that want to play our game? Now, mind you, there's games out there that have 40 million players every single month, active players. They're not NFT MetaVerse play to earn games. They're just games. But one of the biggest play to earn games right now is really coming on strong. They have 6 million active players every single day. 6 million. So what happens when we have 5 million people? That means we're going to need 500,000 NFTs, not 10,000. That's a 50x increase in gamers and races ran. Do you think 5 million player? Do you think there's 5 million players out there? What? Oh, do you think 5 million players is out of line? Sorry, read my own notes. Do you think 5 million players is out of line? Do you think 5 million people will want a chance to win $54,000 a day? I did that from memory and I was wrong. Yeah, probably. They probably are. And now, what if our coin traded at $25 instead of 10? We're not in control of where the coin trades. We can set the base price through liquidity in our treasury. But Decentraland, Wonderland, all these things trade for hundreds or even thousands of times above their floor price. What if we just traded it for 10 times above our floor price and the coin was worth $25? Now you're going to have a chance to win $145,000 a day. Come on. It just gets stupid. And it really does. Because when that happens, the price for everything goes up. The rentals are $1,000 a day now. Maybe they're $2,000. The power-ups aren't $250, they're $500. Everything increases by factors. So here's what we have for you right now. We had 250 of these available 3 weeks ago, maybe 4. Now we have 150. This is a founder's drone card that gives you your share of 5% of our company revenue. And I hope Al is back on. Drop in the links in here. Hold on a second. Let me check the chat. Are you back on, Al? Well, you probably need me to go back into the participants list. There he is.
I can put the link in there too, Tim.
Yeah, and that's back. Hey, cool. So they're going to drop the link in the chat. There's 150 of these left. They're 0.4 Ether. Ether's dipped. It's about $1,100 to buy one of these cards. Now, I don't know if you've ever been offered an opportunity to potentially make $48,000 a month. I don't even like saying it. I'll be honest with you. Potentially make $4,800 a month for a $1,000 one-time opportunity. It's unheard of. And you know what? Our timing couldn't be more perfect in this space. That's the thing about it. We're not even forcing it. We could do this. Well, it seems almost too easy. I'm going to be honest with you. The workload isn't easy. The hours spent aren't easy. It is a lot of work, and we're going through the ringer doing it. But at the end of the day, for what could come out of it, it's easy. I've done way harder work. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks.
It was
Thank you.
fantastic. And you can look for the replay here in the next 24 hours or so.
Okay.
Or check your email.
Check your email. Stop share. All right. Have a great night, guys.